Hi, I'm Alan Bresnick, Cable Video Practice Leader of Light Reading. I'm here in New Orleans at SCT Cable Tech Expo with John Carlucci, who is President and CTO of Alticast.
Alan, thanks for having me.
Sure, John, thanks for being here.
Pleasure.
So, why are traditional pay TV providers having trouble signing up younger viewers right now?
Alan, that's a good question, and we've got a lot of customers asking that question. And I think for the first time, we're working with a generation that has grown up in a post-digital era. And in short, growing up in a post-digital era makes you different.
Can you say more about that?
So specifically, there's some values that they take for granted. For instance, having things work immediately is critically important.
Right.
So that sense of immediacy, and they expect stuff to be good.
Full of nerve. How dare they?
Exactly. They've really grown up in a time where stuff would just work,
right,
and just work well.
Right.
So that's different than say some of us who grew up during the transition to digital, or perhaps before that, who maybe put a little aluminum foil on the antennas of the TV to try to get the reception to tune in.
Right.
They never had to do
tape,
that.
right?
Right. They never had to do that. They are able to access the video on many different platforms. From the first day they came into the world.
So, based on your research, what do millennial customers really value?
Yeah, in terms of what they value, it's a seamless interaction with the experience, and that means that it's there when they want it to be. It's in all the locations they want to access it, and as they go from one location to another, the experience goes with them. It's not disjoint. So that's one thing that we've been observing about the millennials with respect to how they engage with the world, but most importantly, how they engage with entertainment.
And that's different from what older consumers like you and I expect?
Yeah, I think when you and I first started using entertainment, it was coming from one source. We would go up and maybe move the dial. Eventually,
right,
maybe have the remote control.
Right.
Well, these millennials have been growing up with all that media at their fingertips, whether
right,
it's in the TV room or the bedroom or out on the sidewalk.
So given that, how do we attract millennials to a pay TV service?
Yeah, so to attract millennials, well, first of all, we have to recognize that it's important. Okay, millennials are the largest population, the largest demographic out there, and they spend $1 in every $5 that's being spent today.
Already? Wow.
So we need to recognize that. We also need to recognize how they are different with respect to video consumption. They're 3 times more likely to watch their video online, and in addition to being 3 times more likely to watch it online, 2/3 of that time they are watching that video while multitasking.
Right.
So they'll have a tablet or a laptop in their hand to accompany the video entertainment. And then finally, entertainment isn't limited to video for them. They're also avid gamers, with 2/3 of them being users of video games. And not just the users of the video games, but there's a new culture that's growing up associated with those video games, and that's in the area of eSports, where they're not just playing those games themselves, but they're enjoying viewing others playing those games and playing them on a professional basis. And I know it's a little difficult for us to get a handle on, kind of being of a different generation.
Right.
But this is a significant phenomena, and it's expected by 2020 to be a $3 billion business.
Wow. Well, I noticed one other thing that I see with my daughter who just turned 21 is they're also used to watching video on 4 and 5-inch screens and quite happy with it.
That's true. Different screen sizes and different duration of content. Being able to enjoy, what I refer to as snacking, but short format, which really becomes a different art form, because now you're trying to deliver a compelling message or compelling entertainment, but limit it to a very short time frame.
It's all very interesting, John, but why is a software provider like Alticast trying to answer these questions? Why do you care?
Yeah, well, the reason we care is we spend a lot of time with our customers trying to enhance the experience they deliver to the consumer. And as the millennials become a much more significant part of that consumer group, we need to look at ways that resonate with their values of immediacy, quality, and reliability. So we're exploring a number of different approaches. For one, just having a high production quality user experience that runs on many different screens so that the users can enjoy that experience on the small screen as well as on the big screen. In addition to making use of those different screens, it's being able to use multiple tuners within the device. Because they're used to multitasking, having multiple VOD sessions running at once is something that they can absorb.
Right.
So we've been making use of the multiple tuners in the box so that they can see 4 or 5 live broadcasts at once as they're trying to choose their content that they're going to enjoy. Additionally, the interaction between the device, whether it's the tablet and the big screen, they may be consuming content on the tablet and they may decide that they want to have that on the big screen. So we've developed a mechanism where with just the swipe of a hand, they can translate that content from the small screen onto the big screen. So you can see how this is really starting to resonate with the values and the high quality, high performance experience that these post-digital millennials are really expecting.
Great, so you're going to help shorten the attention spans of the next generation, right?
Within that short attention span, we'll pack a whole lot more in.
Okay, fair enough. Thanks a lot, John.
Thank you, Alan.